Reds hosting the Brewers, and the Brewers are minus 105. On the money line, the Reds are minus 115. The over-under is at 10 runs. The Brewers getting a run and a half on the run line are minus 200, meaning if you bet them that way and they win this game outright, you win. They lose by one, you win. And the Reds laying a run and a half on the run line are plus 165, meaning if you bet them that way, they have to win by two. Now shop around for a game like this because some casinos have the Reds as a favorite, other casinos have the Brewers as a favorite, so depending upon what side of this game you want, would depend upon what casino that you'd want to bet with. Now, head-to-head, the road team is 7-3. The road team's on a 2-game winning streak. The Brewers are on a 2-game winning streak. The Brewers are 7-3 in their last 10 meetings against the Reds. The favorite has won the last 2 games. The favorite is 7-3 on the money line. The favorite or the underdog getting or laying runs is 5-5. There have been 3 one-run games in their last 10 meetings. The under is 6-4 in their last 10. And the under 10.5 runs is 7-3 in their last 10 meetings. The wind is blowing from foul pole to foul pole, essentially at 8.1 miles per hour from left to right. Hauser pitched 4 times last year, 5 innings, 5 runs, 4 of which were earned. They won 10-5. That was in Milwaukee. 4 innings, 7 runs, 3 of which were earned. They won 14-11. That was in Cincinnati. 6 innings, 3 runs, 3 earned. They won 6-3. Also in Cincinnati. 6 innings, 1 run, 1 earned. They won 5-1 in Milwaukee. The Brewers are 3-2 as a team with Hauser on the mound. He's averaging 4 2/3 innings pitched and 3.4 strikeouts per game in those games. Lively did not pitch against the Brewers either last year or this year. They've won his last 2 starts. They are 2-1 as a team in the games in which he started. He's averaging 5 2/3 innings pitched and 7.2 strikeouts per game in those games. They've used him in relief in a bunch, but in those games where he was a starter, he did strike out a bunch of people. Now, the last handful of games they played against each other were this year. The Brewers won 10-8 and the Brewers won 5-4. Both of those games were this year. In their last handful of games overall, the Brewers are 3-1 in their last 4 and 5-5 in their last 10. 6 runs, 4 runs, 9 runs, and 18 runs. 4 runs and a win, 1 run and a loss, 5 runs and a win, and 10 runs and a win. That's how many runs the Brewers have scored. The Reds have lost their last 3 games. They are 6-4 in their last 10 and 1-3 in their last 4. 9 runs, 10 runs, 9 runs, 18 runs. 5 runs and a win, 2 runs and a loss, 4 runs and a loss, 8 runs and a loss. Now I understand why the Reds can be a favorite in some of these casinos, but there isn't a whole lot of data for Lively, and he hasn't pitched against the Brewers yet. This is going to sound a little crazy, but I'm going to take the Brewers here. I'm going to take the Brewers with the money line. I'm going to take the Brewers getting the runs. I'm torn about the over-under because when Hauser pitched, a couple of those games went over. But if Lively is going to strike out a bunch of batters, I'd presume that this game is going to go under. So I'm going to go under with that one just for the fact I think he's going to strike out a bunch of people. These are just my picks. If you disagree, please go with your gut and please bet responsibly.